Ljungan is one of the Baltic Sea's last wild salmon rivers. Hydropower is for sure the biggest reason that so few rivers today are classified as having wild salmon. Yungan is quite a big river. It's powerful and mostly runs through wilderness. The unique stock of extremely big salmon are now healthier than it's been in many years. I like fishing Yungan. It's always an adventure and chances of a very big salmon or sea trout are always there. Wow, this feels like we're in the wilderness. I will open and hear if we hear any banyos. This looks like banyo country to me. Is this where Danagis grown up? You know, you get a few answers why he is like he is. It's pretty cool. That's the rod. So when you come down here and you find out there are 4 other people in the pool, and you need to go back. That's a pain. And Peter ahead of us is 4-wheel drive too, I think. I just have a little question. Are you born up here?
Yeah.
You know, this is what we call banyo country.
Yeah, that's why I'm so strange.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
It explains a few things. Far down in the tail. I don't think it's a big fish, but oh God, it was far down there. Maybe if he tried a couple of kilos or something, I would say. The current is so strong, so even a smaller fish puts up a good fight.
With the Patagorva right in its corner. Beautiful fish. But again, we catch one of those fish that's been cut, meaning that this is a river that produces a lot of wild fish, and we don't want this. So I'm gonna take this fish up and take it out of the river.
Ljungan, together with the Vindel River and the Mörrum River, are among the rivers in the Baltic Sea that the past decades have been hardest hit by disease among the wild stocks. For decades, hatchery fish have been released here. This once meant to support declining populations. But today, the scientific community tells us that this practice will have serious consequences for the wild fish. In the Mörrum River, stocking has already been stopped, a step towards letting nature recover on its own. In the Vindel River, wild fish still have to compete with hatchery fish crowding below the Stornorfors Dam before they finally find their way into the fish passage. And in Ljungan, the future of the wild populations now depends on what happens in the coming National Action Plan.
Odlad fisk avviker från vildfisk av flera anledningar. Dels antalet avelsfiskar i odlingen ofta begränsat i jämförelse med en vild population, vilket bland annat kan leda till förlust av genetisk variation i den odlade stammen. Miljön i odling avviker också kraftigt från hur det ser ut i det vilda, samtidigt som överlevnaden på odlingen är betydligt högre än i naturen. Dessutom är det människan som avgör vilka fiskar som används i aveln och vem som ska paras med vem. Den naturliga urvalsprocessen är alltså delvis satt ur spel. Tidigare studier har visat att detta kan resultera i genetiska förändringar och försämra den odlade fiskens förmåga att överleva och reproducera sig i det vilda. Och om den odlade fisken korsar sig med vilda bestånd riskerar även detta att påverkas negativt. Odlad fisk konkurrerar också med vild fisk om föda, lek och uppväxtområden. Dessutom finns alltid en ökad risk för sjukdomsutbrott vid onaturligt höga tätheter av fisk eller när man flyttar individer mellan olika områden. Omfattande kontinuerliga utsättningar av odlad fisk innebär dessutom ofta att fisketrycket ökar, vilket kan drabba vilda bestånd som ingår i fångsten. I vilken grad ett vilt bestånd påverkas av odlingsverksamhet beror av flera faktorer. Den första frågan man bör ställa sig är varför man sätter ut odlad fisk i ett vattendrag där det förekommer naturlig produktion. Om syftet på sikt är att öka den naturliga produktionen är det inte alls säkert att man uppnår detta mål utan att först åtgärda bakomliggande orsaker till att den naturliga produktionen är låg. Snarare kan man genom att enbart sätta ut odlad fisk försämra produktionen i vattendraget i stort. Det beror på att den odlade fisken klarar sig sämre i naturen och riskerar att korsa sig med vild fisk under reproduktionen och därmed negativt påverka de vilda bestånden. Ur ett rent biologiskt perspektiv är det därför svårt att se några fördelar med att fortsätta sätta ut odlad havsöring i Ljungan, eftersom det förekommer naturlig reproduktion och en betydande andel av den vuxna öringen i älven är vildfödd. Eftersom utsättningen av öring i Ljungan handlar om att kompensera fisket för minskad naturlig produktion genom vattenkraftsutbyggnad kan fångad odlad öring behållas. Att avliva kompensationsodlad fisk bidrar till att reducera de risker som är förknippade med utsättning av odlad fisk. Särskilt när det som i Ljungan förekommer naturlig produktion i vattendraget när utsättningarna sker. Så länge utsättning av odlad öring pågår finns dock ur ett biologiskt perspektiv ingen anledning att begränsa uttaget av odlad öring. Förutsatt att tillräckligt många avelsfiskar tillåts överleva så att odlingsverksamheten kan fortsätta. Om man vill öka Ljungans naturliga produktionsförmåga finns dock många bättre alternativ än att sätta ut odlad fisk. Det finns exempelvis sannolikt stor potential att förbättra och utöka arealen lek- och uppväxthabitat i de områden som idag är tillgängliga havsvandrande fisk.
Fishing here. Lower Nobi tail out. And he's on one of the converts. 1-2 convert and 10 gram fast sinking tip. Can you hook one now, please?
Try.
Doesn't need to be big. 20 pounds or 25 is okay.
That would be a good one. It's a perfect place here in the middle.
Sorry?
It's a perfect place here in the middle.
So why don't you hook one then?
Maybe it's empty. No one home. Or they just like tricking.
Time flies by and
I'm so proud of our SALAR team. We have some of Scandinavia's absolutely most experienced and skilled salmon anglers, and also some of the best guys to spend some time on the river with. We have made it a tradition to invite the team for at least one team gathering a year. This year we chose Yungan. We tested tackle, the new convert lines, bodies and tips and shooting lines, and a lot of other stuff. Not only lots of casting and fishing, of course, but a lot of good food, great laughs, and as usual, a million stories. In our team, wild is a key word. We fight for free rivers and wild fish. We don't kill wild fish, and we fight for the right to practice catch and release. We believe in sustainability, and we think wild salmon can be saved. It's just to fight hard for what you believe.
Lite smålax. Jag gick fast, drev med strömmen med lite grenar och stenar, så det var en häftig utmaning.
We are discussing convert, and this is it's the first team gathering when we have convert samples. And Olof caught a fish today, nice salmon with a good adventure on the 13-footer Olof, and 8-9 float body convert. And it's better you listen to him what he said about the line.
Yeah, we used a floater, floating body and a sink 3 tip on 12-foot tip, and it was really great. It costed like a charm, both in wind and in the evening in calmer conditions. So it was really great. And nice to catch a fish on the first session.
That's good. And this is the thing with this team. You know, I promised myself I'm not going to do what I've been through in many other teams, where you share information and you share your experience and it's not really taken in. This team, it's democratic. We will have everybody say what we want. Everybody's voice will be what creates tackle. So, and I think the same as Olof. I think it's a bloody good line, but I didn't tell anyone what my thoughts before this, but so this is how we try to do it. Hot day at Ljungan Lodge.
Yeah, for sure. It's really good for growing vegetables, but not for fishing just today, so we can relax here. So,
Lasse, we go back. When did we first meet?
I think we met around 1992, so you came up to Sundsvall and I made an article about you and your company. And then we've been meeting through the years, also when I was editor for one of the fly fishing magazines.
Yeah.
So,
and I must say we had, 2.5 days, 3 days here with not the whole team, but a big part of the team.
yeah.
And you've been a superstar.
Oh, thank you.
We've been complicated, changing things and hours to eat and everything, but it worked very smooth. And I think the whole team was super happy and interesting for them to see Yungan too.
Yeah.
I think I caught my first salmon in Yungan back in, I don't remember if it was late 80s or beginning of 90s, but
Yeah.
in October. But give us a little bit about Yungan. What's the seasons? When to come?
Oh, it opened up in Mars, 1st of Mars, and you can start to fish then, but that's old fish standing in the river. But it's good time to get to know Yungan, or you check your gear, you change your lines, and you get ready for when it started. I can say in the end of April. Then you can have some fresh fish coming up from the ocean.
And that's sea trout, right?
Sea trout, yeah. So
and then salmon arrives when? The fresh fish coming in?
The old guys around here, they say 18th of June, but it could be a little bit late, a little bit earlier.
About midsummer.
Yeah, around midsummer.
Yeah.
But we have a guy, he caught a fish, a salmon, the end of May, the last day in May, for a couple of years ago. So that's.
And the Yungan salmon are big. Some of the biggest we have in the Baltic, I would say.
Yeah, they're really.
20, 25.
26.
Yeah, bigger fish.
And they caught out in the ocean, I think it was 36 kilos, but that was not on a rod, but still there are big ones coming in. Yeah. So,
historically, there are a few really big Yungan fish, up to 30 kilos caught.
Yeah.
And to me, it's very, very strange that they are still allowed to run a hatchery on a river that actually produces a lot of wild fish. There's not any salmon put out, but sea trout still.
yeah, they have it in the old miljödomen that they should put out 30,200 small sea trouts every year. Yeah. But now they, hopefully they're gonna, now when they're looking through the whole river, whole system, they're gonna change that, but we don't know yet.
But what's your opinion?
Now when I run this fly fishing lodge or lodge, fishermen coming here and want to actually they want to catch wild fish. That's the premium. So yeah, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So it should be so good opportunities in the river that they can be self-supported with the sea trout.
But to me, it already is.
Yeah.
And for me, conservation is about taking care of the wild fish and making sure that they can spawn.
Yeah.
And if you have problems, put the efforts in restoring instead of doing this hatchery thing. I look at hatchery fish everywhere as being genetic pollution.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. Yeah, on Yungan with the full team. Yungan today really sunny, and we caught Mr. Yungan right here, Danne Persson. Without you, we wouldn't have been here, Danne. It's your home river, right?
Yeah,
Home river.
I've been fishing here all my life.
We've been fishing, what, 2 days, 1.5 days.
Yeah.
And 6 fish so far.
Yeah, that's quite okay.
I think it's good, you know, even if the fish hasn't been that big, but 4 trout, 4 sea trout, and 2 salmon, right?
Yeah.
So, what to say about the conditions?
Conditions have been quite good. Cloudy, not that warm, and
What did you say, cloudy?
yeah, suddenly 2 hours ago they disappeared.
Yeah, and we've been on mostly floating and float intermediate bellies since we are testing convert lines and tips. You always say that Ljungan is good with a little deeper fly.
Yeah, very, very deep river, but it's you fish good when you try to vary the depth by fishing both sink tips or normal sinking lines to fast sinking lines. So, but deep or fast sinking lines doesn't always mean deep, because the current can be quite strong.
And you're on what, 15?
Yeah, the 15 footer.
15 S4 and a Daisy.
Yeah.
I've been on a 14 and a 15. And since it's a big river, it feels good to be able to cover it.
Yeah, and in the spring I always fish a 16 footer because the water is not always, but often very high.
But we had fish caught on both 12, 13 and 14 and 15, I think, because we're testing lines.
Yeah.
So, but I think most people will fish a 15 or a 16.
Yeah, the 15 footer is like the most common rod here.
I'll fish a 14 because I'm old and lazy. Yeah, and now I think it's better to rest and fish when the sun gets a little lower, don't you think?
Yeah, having an early dinner and 1 hour rest and then on it again for the evening.
Yeah, that's good. We've seen the guys on the other side, part of a team up there. And I'm actually surprised that it's this few people. Why is that?
Yeah, there have been some difficult years here, the last 6 years, since the authorities tried to save the salmon by forbid fishing for salmon.
But catches are mostly sea trout anyway, right?
Yeah, the main part of the season here is sea trout.
Oh.
Yeah, but it is a salmon river, so the salmon are in bigger numbers here normally than sea trout. And then you have the hatchery, of course, but naturally it is a salmon river.
Yeah. And the hatchery is used for stocking sea trout, not salmon.
Yeah.
And even because of that, there are more salmon, par and smolt than sea trout in the river.
Yeah, and also it can be an issue for the salmon. It can be one of the reasons why Yungan was so infected by the diseases here, because there is so much fish because of the hatchery, and we have the problems with spreading diseases and
Yeah, we agree on that. We don't have to say more. Hatchery is genetic pollution and shouldn't be done. Period.
So if we don't focus on that, this is, in my opinion, one of the most unique salmon rivers in the world.
Yeah, it's nice river with very big fish.
When the seas hit the unique wild Ljungan salmon, authorities tried to save what was left by restricting sports fishing. This was not a good way to go. It didn't help the wild fish at all, just hit the eco-fishing tourism hard and took focus away from the actual problems.
Fiske av lax är förbjudet och indirekt så är det ju då också förbjudet att avsiktligen
fiskar på ett sätt för att avsiktligen fånga lax i Ljungan i dagsläget. Så är det ju då tillåtet att bedriva fiske efter öring. Och då finns det ju också en risk att man oavsiktligen fångar lax i samband med det fisket. Att då varsamt återutsätta den laxen, det är ju i praktiken inte förbjudet då. Havs- och vattenmyndigheten har ju i dagsläget ingen möjlighet att ställa krav på fiskevårdsområdena. Däremot så har vi ju under lång tid eftersträvat en förvaltning, och då i synnerhet förvaltning av lax och öring, där de lokala förvaltningsorganisationerna tar ett större ansvar för förvaltningen. Bestämmelserna infördes ju då 2019, de bestämmelser som gäller nu till följd av den kritiska situationen som var för Ljunganlaxen. Och det har ju då följts upp löpande får man säga med utökad datainsamling kring moltutvandring från Ljungan och även elfiske. Och utifrån den informationen vi har i dagsläget så har beståndet utvecklats och återhämtat sig som vi har förväntat oss. Situationen ser bättre ut. Och från och med 2026 så bedömer man också att mängden återvandrande lekfisk inte längre kommer påverkas av den sjukdomsproblematiken som var under de åren. Så vi kommer inför 2026 års reglering se över föreskrifterna som gäller för Ljungan, och det gör vi då utifrån nya vetenskapliga underlag som tas fram för det ändamålet. Och om vi bedömer att situationen tillåter det så kan vi då också komma att lätta på de bestämmelserna som i dagsläget gäller för laxfiske.
I'm spoiled not only to have this great team around me, but also to fish some of the best salmon rivers in the world. I will come back to Yungan, spring and fall. I believe in the river. I think the hatchery will be closed, wild fish will fill the river, and I also dream of tearing that dam down. A free Yungan river is for sure worth fighting for.